Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts, trading with you live without a net. And, oh, you know what I'm going to say already. If your name is Annette, then you can join too. So, trading with you live without a net, just jumping right in. This is what we're doing. This is where we're doing so. And I need to go and share it on Twitter as well. Shared it with the group. And guys, seriously, if you're getting anything out of this, please let somebody know. We very much appreciate it. Going through an exciting transition here, and I do see the downtrend here, and I do see the volume, but I also see that our 24-hour BTC is continuing upwards. So I've chosen some pretty knee-deep positions, and I'm expecting them to do pretty well. So let's go over where we are so far. I'm going to drag this up so it's easy to see where we are in a trade history. Okay, so we've bought some at 277, 5, 3, 2, and 69. So for the 69, 77, 172, I could already go ahead and take a profit there thus far, and I don't think that it is sold off any of that yet. I don't believe so. Okay, so we're exactly where we want to be with those. So I'm actually going to go ahead and reposition each of these based on their value. So take a look at this real quick. So with 269, I'm actually going to put some of that at 263 just to kind of keep the process going. So 0.08, so 0.04 I'm going to put at 273. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our highest position here and here. And I'm going to make sure that we sell some at 273. And I'll double check that. I always like to triple check. So I bought that at 269, 32,000. And I'm selling less than half of them at 273. Okay, so then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do, let's say 14,000. I'm going to do just less than the other half of those at 274. So let's see what happens there. It's kind of a big deal, so kind of excited about that. And let me see how much we put aside. Yeah, that's a lot. That's good. So I'm going to kind of let this do what it's doing right now. I'm not going to wait it out a really long time. Some people would see this as a sign that it's going down. And let's just take a look at the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. This goes against some of the principles, and I like the, when it's the right time, do the right thing kind of way of thinking with this. So let's hope that I'm right. Certainly hope so. That would be the right idea. Meanwhile, I'm going to, instead of like letting anxiety, be the reason that you do things. Hey, look at this. Key is finally finding its way back up into the 70s. You go, Key. Excellent. So you can see it's been stuck down here for a really long time, and then finally, boom. Nice. Speaking of boom, Loom. Loom is on its way up. So why do you think that this stuff is happening? I think, let's get into the habit of going to the same places to look for our solutions for things. So what I'm going to do is look at what's happening with Bitcoin and exactly what we've been saying. It can't hold in this range forever. It's narrowing, and we've gone down basically another $10 million in our 24-hour volume. Money, fiat measured in Tether coin, USDT, balancing that out as fiat. Sometimes good, sometimes not. I'm basically all for, I'm very much pro there being a good fiat choice. I am against there being every single government and every single big conglomerate wanting to come into the space with their own stable coin. It's taking zero risk, but allowing people to get into the market with the ideology that you don't really need to trade against Bitcoin. And I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a very bad idea. I think that we all want to support Bitcoin. Check out BCBT. Very good for you. You are do good, yes. You'll make move that is good for coin, yes, yes. Okay, so not thrilled about this part of things, but I do think that it is hopefully going to stabilize right there. So we'll watch and see. So if we got our 230, 73 and 74, I want to look at the other positions. We got 72, 23,000 at 72, 345. And I might just say 6. So we'll come in and look at the 5-minute candles. I'm going to go ahead and start going over some of the fundamentals in our lesson plans, going over the charts, going over the indicators, going over the candles. I'll do a brief overview, and then I'll do a single video on each of those things. We'll cover the volume, MACD, what is a moving average, and then a better moving average, Bollinger, difference between MA and EMA, stock RSI, VWAP, and of course the doji candles. Muy importante. Okay, so very, very, very often I would, say watch out for falling off the cliff, and the shape of all this speaks to that. We can see that there's a brief blip upwards with the volume. It is kind of stabilizing that range. There's no question that this is a risky move. I just believe that it's the right range to test it in. So I'm owning that position. So what I want to do is make sure that I have a really good spread on this. I kind of set things up very quickly, jumped in, started the video, and now here we are. So 269 got taken care of. 272 and 3. I want to set 23, 33. I'm going to do 35,000 of our Phoenix, Red Pulse Rising, and set them up at 276 to sell. So I've got my 3 and 4. So now I'm going to set up what I just said, and I'll look at it again and say it again so that I know exactly what I'm aiming for here. 345, 345. So I'm going to go for 276 at 35,000. 276 at let's say 34. Okay. Yep. Based on 456 and rolling that up so we're getting a better percentage than what we necessarily need. Okay, so we're just about where I would hope and expect to be right now. I do not think that it's going up to 287 again. So let's see. We're looking at 25, 35 at 279 and 280. 25, 35, 39. So about, we'll say 35,000 we're going to split between, we'll say 15000 at 279. 15000 at 280. Okay. So that leaves us with looking at, let's see, 33, 4, 5. Yep. So if we do some of that here, well, you know what? 4, 5, 6. I think I do like the idea of some of this going higher. The spread is much wider than what we actually need from it, and I might redo the math based on what we are clearing quickly. This is, absolutely something that I don't plan to do a second really long cycle of. So I'm watching to see what I expect the volume to do. So just kind of going over some of the, the basic thinking behind this. First of all, the market seems to be a little bit interested in the transition from where Bitcoin has been to the drop in its volume. The volume has been coming down very quickly. There's very low activity. Something big is going to happen. It's going to shift. So I don't necessarily want to be stuck in anything for a really long time. But I see that this is one of the places where the volume is coming up very quickly. And I'm going to look at, we have 66 million right now in Bitcoin volume. Raven is still topping the list. It's absolutely awesome. About 3,000. XRP is at only 2250. AST, that was getting pumped. That's part of why it came up. I actually saw what group was doing that. And so we have this is a natural progression that's happening with Phoenix. I really haven't seen any pumping going on. Waves, poor thing, has been stuck right in the 6,900, but it's going to be coming back up. I think it's going to do 7,300, and then we'll wait a little bit. We'll see what comes next. Theta has been really, really strong. I was concerned back here. Let's see where that was. Exactly here. This is my concern, is that this has been so active up here that it was going to kind of do this. So I was asked about my position in that range, and therefore, so then I gave it 0.002. Well, we have a little bit of that left over, but there's no way to cash that out. 0,100 tens. So I got like $2 in Bitcoin World of Theta. So when did we... Let me see the stuff on Theta. Really, when was the last time we had Theta? I wonder if it's has any kind of airdrop type thing going on Theta. I'll have to check that out. I don't really look into that stuff very often, to be honest. Why would I not be honest? Okay. Let's see. Fuel is on its way up. Very good. We have it at a pretty high level. Yeah, we need it in about another 100. And if you look at what's happening with Raven and Phoenix and some of the others, you can see that sometimes that's not, what seems like a really lofty expectation is, kind of right around the corner. So like that. Steam, really, really big fan. It's been peaking, closer and closer to where our positions are. We've been in them for a little bit. We cleared a lot. We have some left that's hodling. And we're happy with the direction that that's going. So very cool. All right. So time for this to do the next thing. And we are in the, I'm playing this, certainly a little wider range and riskier than most positions, but I believe that Phoenix has another round in it. So you can see that on the 2 hour, we're well within this bottom third where we are right now, up until about 275, and then it does, it's, in the risky range. So you can see here on the 30-minute, it has come up, boom, 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 and now it's establishing a new thing. It is kind of time for it to do its down cycle, so it might come down some before going back up. My hope is that that doesn't give Bitcoin enough time to, get into the wrong cycle with things. So as we're looking, I was just really impressed with Raven. I almost wish I had some of our transitional positions in the 400s just to kind of take advantage of this part of its up. But we've already, cleared out our really, good shorter positions there. So very happy about that. And we'll take advantage of its ups when it gets into the next cycle of stuff. So that'll be fine too. Good things happening. Okay. 3,000 BTC. That's awesome. So if you look at the 5-minute on Phoenix, you can see kind of what I think the pace that it's going right now. Yeah, I think that this is kind of an accurate way to look at the pace. It's had, this, just as much as we look at the spikes, we look at, this kind of shape right here too. What is it going down and coming back up with? So we have kind of an inverse spike here, which is good. Just as much as it went down, it recovered quickly. It did recover with the downtrend, and I do understand that. That's why I'm saying, I don't want to push the high side too high. And let's see, our highest position was 277. So, I mean, even if I needed to take 288 or 278 or 279, we would still be coming out ahead. I don't think that's going to be the case. But I have to stretch this for you to really see it clearer. So I'm going to grab this down. So you can see that as this has gone down, we're going to talk about how to read all this stuff. That's fine. But, we had a down here. It, came up a little bit there. Had a down here, and a down, and a down. And so I think that these are signals that it's coming around. The question right now, can it resync with Bitcoin? This would be the absolute perfect time for it to do so. That's kind of what I'm looking for it to do. I see this being the first of that move. So we'll see how it does here. I need to pull out a joke book. I need to see if anybody has some really good, clean crypto humor, so we could fill in some of the gaps with this. Sometimes I think, maybe we'll grab some of the good royalty-free music. Of course, I mean, I have my own that I could put in there, but it's going to go through the whole YouTube, ID process. So, kind of not wanting to waste time with that. We should have sold our 273, I believe. Put that down here. I just wanted you to be able to see on the MACD the convergence of those positions. So we should be going into 74. Okay, so you can see we sold our 73, sold our 74. So guess what you got to do when that happens? Huh? What you got to do? What you got to do when it comes for you? Where'd my cowbell go? There we go. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. Awesome. So come back to the Binance client. Here we go. Very good. So 273, 274 did what we were expecting it to do. And so we have about 0.078 back. So our next goal is 276. And I might just kind of test down here in the 50s. See what we have going on. Just to see what's going on. Kind of taking a look on the browser side of things as well. So if I get a little quiet sometimes, it's all right. It's okay. Everything will be fine.